everyone, and welcome to another episode of LunarCRUSH Live. We've got the team from Hacken. We've got HAPI one. That's what I was trying to say. HAPI one, which you're gonna love what Donna Mer is wearing, and we'll see if we can actually hear what he, she, they say. But very cool today. I'm excited to bring the team on. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot today, about the industry and what these guys are working on. Been watching a lot of their YouTube videos, and they seem to have a big community, and we're lucky to have them on today. So before we do that, John, we're going to talk some social and what these guys are up to, who the influencers are. So take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, excited to talk about Hacken today. To start, the token's about 30 cents right now. It's having a huge week. It's up 51.97% currently. 36% of that has been over the last 24 hours. It has a market cap of about $75 million on $2.34 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. 250 million tokens are in circulating supply out of a max 1 billion at the moment. We'll talk about that. And I'll talk a little bit about the social activity that we're seeing here today. So when we look at social volume, it's up actually rather significantly this week, where it's up 318%. And we're seeing that increase as much as about 55 posts an hour that's coming through here. And what that's looking for is it's really anytime someone's using the ticker HAI, if they're mentioning Hacken token, any variants of those kinds of terms. We're looking at every single tweet, Reddit post, YouTube video, Medium post, and we're looking at any time that is mentioned. And then when we look at the depth in there, there's been a lot of real big activity the last 24 hours here. So some pretty big mentions going on, up to about 104,000 engagements per hour. And what engagement's looking at, it's looking at every time there's a social post, it's looking at the depth of that. It's trying to see, are there comments on those posts? Are there likes? Are there retweets? Are there upvotes on Reddit? Things like that. And it's really significantly moving up over the last little bit here. And I want to point out a couple major things. When we look at the activity across both, one of the things we like to do is take the market activity and the social activity and combine it and see how it's performing together. And we have a couple metrics. One is a Galaxy score. And the Galaxy score is really trying to understand what is the current strength of Hacken token. It's not looking at the entire market. It's just looking at Hacken. It's trying to get a good relative understanding. How bullish is this right now? And so right now we see it's a 62 out of 100, which is actually in the bullish range. That's actually quite good. And we see that it's rising. It's actually hit the highest I think we've seen it so far. It hit 70 just a little bit ago. So that's super solid. And I mean, that's looking at, we've created a score metric, a price score metric, a social sentiment metric, a social impact metric, and a correlation rank. The correlation rank is actually really interesting because it's looking at the correlation of social moves to price moves. And so we see that what we're looking at here is right now 3.1, which is actually quite solid. That's pretty good. It's more correlated. Social and price are very correlated versus not. So that's quite good to see. The other thing we look at is we have an alt rank. And right now, it's an inverse metric. You want to be number one. So you actually want to move down in this metric. And it's actually performing incredibly well here over the last few hours. So we're seeing that, at the high, I should say almost at the low here, it was alt rank number 1,416. And it's moved all the way down to number 43. So if you hit number one, you win the race. And that's looking at price, market volume, and social scoring for this coin relative to the entire market. So, one of the things that we really like about this, in fact, I'll just pull up the coins page here. We really like to look at alt rank because it's telling you what's outperforming Bitcoin from a price perspective. And so a coin's not going to outrank Bitcoin if it's not outperforming it from a price perspective, but it also shows us social activity. And consistently, it shows us, coins that are beating the market at any given point in time. So if we went down to number 43, there's Hacken token. Not bad for a coin with a $78 million market cap.
Yeah, that's moved up a lot in the last day or so. So good work on the team.
It is great. And I see, they added some of their about information onto our site. Very cool. I'll just quickly point out some of the top influencers we're seeing this week. So Dima Buterin, there you go. Mr. Mojito, Mr. Backwards, Mickey High Roller. I like that. Very cool. They're already using the H symbol. Very cool. We've got Ben Schiller, the Heistronaut. Very
Love
cool.
it. Ben Schiller.
He actually gave crypto a shout out on the Golden Globes, I think, a month ago. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. Crypto Veloid, Pretty Boy Mork, not Mark, Pretty Boy Mork, Unsung, Digital D, and Cam McDonald. So those are the top influencers this week, and that is not our opinion. We are not picking those. Those are based upon really objective measurements. So we look at engagement, we look at activity, and we look at popularity. And we also look at, that's all relative to specific coins that they're talking about. So each of these individuals, we track every single post that comes in, even news as well, but that's a separate metric. But we track every single post that comes in, we score it by engagement, and we see who they came from and how active those individuals are. We also see how much of a following do those individuals have relative to each other. And it creates some really great metrics around influencers. So with that, let's bring our guests in, Joe.
Cool. Let's do this. Hey. And then I know Donna's gonna pop on here at any second and probably scare us. Welcome to LunarCRUSH Live. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know they're gonna love it. Dima, tell us, Hacken, what's going on? Tell us. We'd like to start. Where are you in the world? What's it like there?
Sure. Thanks. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I've been following LunarCRUSH for quite a long time, and yeah, finally we are here. You know, we fixed all the swap things. We are located in Ukraine, in the most crypto-friendly country in the world. According to chain analysis, Ukraine is #1 in relation to adoption of crypto. So also our country is a homeland for so many blockchain developers, and wow. I don't want to tell how many top 30 coins are basically being developed by Ukrainians, because it's a secret, but it's true. Blockchain is a very big thing in our part of the world, and we are focusing on cybersecurity of blockchain world. Hacken is #1 cybersecurity auditor of cryptocurrency exchanges, and we are having a massive ton of work for DeFi and smart contract security right now. Yep, short intro.
Yeah, and let's hear from Donna. What do you have to say today?
Dima can introduce me.
I can introduce you. Yes. All right. So Mr. Donna Mara is a founder of HAPI protocol. So the idea of HAPI protocol is to build one of the most important blocks of cybersecurity that is missing in current DeFi infrastructure. This block is for hacking prevention and prevention of the stolen money to be traded, swapped at DeFi exchanges, at decentralized exchanges. And this block is something that will save a lot, millions and maybe billions of dollars. Donna Mara is a famous developer in our country. He stays unknown for a reason, and but maybe today we will find something new about this project, about people behind HAPI protocol.
Very cool. So just real quick for everyone, what is a white hat hacker, and a gray hat hacker, and a black hat? Like, give the world what is the difference?
All right. So we have so we have a joke that once you like for black hat hackers, once you went black, now it's time to come back. It's about that's if you are a cybersecurity engineer and you know how the IT products work and how to hack them, how to bypass security layers, then you have a dangerous weapon in your hands, and it's up to you how to use this weapon. And there are people who cross the line and that are stealing people's money or intimidating someone or doing some bad things. These are black hat hackers. And white hat hackers are the ones who have the same power, but they are working for the digital world security, and they fight with the black ones, and they are on the, like if you compare with the Star Wars, this is like a black Empire, Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker on the other one. Very simple story, how example of the white hat hacking. So if you remember the parity hack in 2017, where there was a bug in the multi-sig smart contract. This bug was like widely known from the first hack, and smart contract developers started to to have this knowledge how to withdraw funds from multi-sig accounts to to their own wallets. So some black hat hackers started to withdraw from multi-sig accounts money to their own pockets, and white hat hackers started to withdraw money to their pockets. And then once they withdraw the money to their pockets, the white hat hackers were returning this money to the victims so that they prevent black hackers to be the first to withdraw, and black hat hackers keep those money to themselves. So we took part in that parity hack madness, and we returned to victims. At that point of time, it was 2 million something USD, and Ether was, I think, 200, so it was around 10,000 Ether, something like this. We took from the parity wallets and we returned them. So this is the typical white hat hacking action.
Very cool. So it seems like when you understand and you have the power in your hands, it's still up to you whether or not you go to the light side or the dark side when it comes to some of this stuff, which is which is part of kind of the industry and what democratization of opportunity and everything else. It's up to the individual to make the right decision.
Absolutely, but the good thing is that from our experience, that let's say 95% are choosing the white side. So there are not so many black hat hackers in the world, fortunately, because otherwise, like our digital world, our cryptocurrency exchanges they have so many vulnerabilities. Otherwise, our industry would be a madness.
Yeah. And so we've got someone else backstage. Do you want to introduce who we've got backstage?
Yes. Donna Mara, can you say at least the name of the person backstage? Donna Mara?
Sounds like a
great face.
He's probably overheating in there. Or she.
It's okay.
All right, we're gonna bring him up stage. Is that cool?
All right, yeah. So
So introduce yourself, Mr. Vadim.
You are muted.
Just hey guys, I think Donna Mara is a bit shy. Lots of our community thought that Donna Mara is my cat. So my name is Vadim, and I'm acting as a business development lead in Hacken Foundation, and now I'm joining the HAPI on-chain protocol as a business development lead and one of the faces of the HAPI project. So please, any questions, anything else,
Yeah, so
Yes.
I think if you could clarify a little bit, for the audience, Hacken and then HAPI One and how kind of these things are working together. Like you said, it's a pivotal part of what you guys are working on. So tell us just a little bit about the two, like how the two organizations are working together.
Yeah, HAPI is the first project of the Hacken Foundation. It has become like a first project of the Hacken Foundation, and it will be more.
Cool. And what's kind of the value creation that you guys are working on, and where are you kind of taking this project?
Hacken is our like HAPI. HAPI was created by Don Amara, and Hacken has backed HAPI from the business development side.
Very cool.
So Don Amara is like our creator, and he is like our technical lead. But all business development stuff is on our shoulders.
Awesome. And then Dima, I mean, just kind of looking at, some of your previous stuff, it looks like you guys are working and have worked on a lot of protocols already and done audits and done like pen testing. I mean, can you just talk through a little bit of your process and how, new projects reach out to you guys and what's kind of the services that you're providing and how that works?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, we worked with a lot of protocols and exchanges and crypto aggregators. It's true. There is, for example, a recent one is Avalanche. Very proud to start working with them. There will be two more quite big ones that we're working on right now, and once they fix all the vulnerabilities that we found, we will announce it as well. But yeah, like we started back in 2017. We started as just a group of Ukrainian enthusiasts. We were doing active business development. We were going from conference to conference, and I personally was pitching at every conference. I was pitching every single stand for cybersecurity services. And slowly, we started to gain customers, and like from the first big one was VeChain, and then people started to recommend us as professionals, and the most of the clients that we got is word of mouth, of course. So up till today, we served more than 400 clients. Our business is quite sustainable, and we reinvest most of our funds into development of our own products for individual cybersecurity. And yeah, we're growing the cybersecurity ecosystem that will benefit not only for crypto world but for the out of crypto digital world.
And so what do you think the number, and maybe you don't even want to say it, what are some of these vulnerabilities that these blockchains have out the gate that, you guys it's like you've probably got your checklist, right, of areas that you're going to go look in and kind of cover. What's like the first thing on the checklist that you guys are looking at that, is probably most vulnerable with some of these chains out here?
This list is growing every day. It's in fact the still like the infrastructure of DeFi is at early stage. So the 0 days, the so-called like undiscovered vulnerabilities, they appear like quite frequently, like much more frequently than in the digital world, like traditional one. Like the most popular right now is like how to deal with the flash loan, I guess. Like this is the most, the easy one. Right now, it is more popular, to help projects with the front-run bots that are attacking at the first day of trading. This is something, with a completely new niche that has appeared like 1 month ago, let's say like this. So it's, people, most of the people still don't know what is sandwich. at decentralized exchanges and how to deal with that. There is a project Salmonella, as I think the name. It's very, very rapidly changing industry, cybersecurity, and you have to be very up to date in order to follow and be in the trend. So this is what we do. We try to hire best talents available in our region, and this keeps us growing.
Yeah, and I think it's and John, go ahead if you got a question on that. I got a couple.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you say stay ahead, I mean, you have to be right every time, and the hacker has to be right once. And so, I'm curious, just how do you stay ahead? I mean, do you just hire the brightest individuals, or is there like a software process that you go through? Is there a checklist? Like, how exactly do you approach
it? Of course. I think one of the reasons I don't want to say a lot of. Well, I think one of the reasons why we are a top cybersecurity company is because we follow the practices that we gained in our previous lives. So I was 8 years at Deloitte, and we kind of copied the approach in terms of the checklists, in terms of the double checking the work of each other, and minimizing the risk. So yeah, of course we have the checklist methodology. We were first to release the first and the only company who released crypto exchanges security methodology, and it keeps updating, and a lot of companies are using it. So yeah, of course, and it's never-ending process. We keep learning, we keep improving, we keep following all the top tech guys in the industry, and we just keep growing our own knowledge base.
Cool, good.
Yeah, no, I had a question. I mean, it's interesting to think about cybersecurity, but then you're talking about like protecting a DEX against front running, right? And like those seem like they're two very, very different things when it comes to talent or expertise. But it seems like in the crypto space, everything keeps getting blended into one type of thing. I mean, so are some of these DEXs coming to you guys, or are there projects that are saying, hey, we think that someone's out there front running on this DEX, we need you to help kind of like sort that out? Or what is that kind of looking like?
Yeah, so when the project approach us, we also when we are discussing the scope, we are saying what are the risks, and we give the solutions. So simple as that. If they just want to audit a smart contract, okay, no problem. If they want to audit the business logic, okay, it's the price increase. If they want higher protection, if they want protection from from the scammers and spammers, we can do it as well. So it's it depends on the scope.
I have a question around
we are solving the problem. We are working on the problem security. We are working on the problem of black hat hackers. So our task is to protect.
So a question around, I think it's one thing to protect the business and make the business secure, and it's another to give the consumer side confidence that the platform they're using is secure. And I'd wonder, what efforts are you doing on the consumer side to give them confidence in DeFi and confidence in the protocols they're using?
We are putting a lot of disclaimers in our reports usually. I'm just kidding, but there is a client acceptance procedure at Hacken, so we don't accept all the clients. Unfortunately, there are sometimes cases that we miss some some hidden tricks of the founders, but if we accept the client, it means that at least the chances of them to exit scam their community is reviewed. For the consumer side, yeah, we understand the responsibility that lies with us, because our brand is well known in the crypto industry, and we understand that people trust to our brand with their investment, and this is a huge responsibility. And of course, we try our best in order to to work only with the legit projects.
Thank you. And then Vadim, I mean, first off, we're gonna swap shirts. I'm gonna send you a LunarCRUSH shirt, and you're gonna send me that HAPI one shirt.
I also want a LunarCRUSH shirt.
I love the yellow.
We will do like a football players. Yep.
Swapping shirt signing at the end of the match.
No problem. Yep.
So what is the process kind of looking like right now? I mean, have you guys kind of built this brand up, and are people reaching out to you because they're realizing how important this is? Are they, are there people that ask for privacy and they don't want anyone to know kind of what's out there? I mean, what's that process look like for you guys right now with kind of onboarding new customers and kind of load?
HAPI hasn't released the MVP yet, but it will be done soon. And our short list, the guys or the projects which are willing to enable HAPI to their project, like huge for now. It's becoming huger and huger and huger, and so just we need a bit time to release the MVP to show people how does it work exactly. And after this, we will change the game of DeFi.
I love the confidence. And so and maybe both you guys can kind of tag on this one a little bit. How does the token kind of play into the business model? I mean, I saw a little bit about leveling and staking, which I thought was really awesome. But kind of like, how is that all kind of working together with, because like you guys said, it's like, hey, you spent some time at Accenture. I mean, I'm sure you can just go take Deloitte, all of the consulting firms in my head are just in the same category of same thing. But how is that going to work? You can just write up a contract and someone say, hey, we'll pay you X amount of money for this, go audit this and give it back. I mean, how does that kind of model work in?
Dima, do you mind if I start? We are really, we are really happy to be like a decentralized product. So the first and one of the mainest usability of the token will be DAO and election of the data provider. And this will provide like decentralization in our product. So the community will vote and elect which data we will use to prevent the hacks and so on.
Yeah, I want to add about Hacken. Because we are auditor of so many projects, there is a task for our security guys to gather all the best parts, all the best ideas that we can implement in a Hacken token. Hacken token is tokenomics. We call it Hackenomics. Is continuously developing and continuously improving, and we are seeing what is working with other projects, and we try to implement it in our as well. So the key elements of Hackenomics is that we keep adding the utility, and we keep adding power to our community in terms of building an ecosystem that has answers to any cybersecurity related questions. So we are not we keep giving a burst to new products that are solving new problems of cyber world, but we are also adding new companies from outside crypto world who are starting to accept Hacken token as a payment for their services. So for the next months, it's like we announced Hacken Foundation, I think a few months ago, and right now we are close to start announcing outs of crypto vault teams who will start accepting Hacken token as a payment for their cybersecurity services. And see, when we speak about levels, about membership levels in Hacken token, of course, for the so-called Hacken partners, third level membership, we keep giving the best benefits that we create. So it means best allocations to new projects, just like Binance gives to the stakers of BNB, best farming opportunities to the projects that we are releasing. So the farming of HAPI with high token will start next week. And of course, some exclusive stuff, including the B2B cooperation opportunities, B2C app business opportunities. And very soon, we're going to have some exclusive merch available to our Hacken partners.
Cool. So you're kind of building those different levels of the ecosystem, and that's kind of the key to getting to different access points.
Yes. We want, like, we see the power of building a network of partners. When we have created the a Telegram chat for Hacken partners that is only available for third level members, we see and I see a significant push for amazing ideas that they started to share with us, amazing opportunities that they started to be open. So we feel that that was a really good move, and we will continue, to focus all, growth of Hacken ecosystem and Hacken product development to our main stakeholders, Hacken partners.
Go ahead, John.
Curious on, well, you said you have levels. On those levels, how do you verify? So someone has to have a certain amount of token to be in a certain level. So how do you verify how many tokens someone has? Do you have your own wallet and their tokens have to be in that wallet? How do you verify that?
Yeah, that's easy. We have an app, Hacken Eye, and in that app we know who is who. So it's not big deal. Yeah.
And then this is it's a simple question, but I think it's an important one for you guys. I think it's who audits you?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. So if you speak about our app, yes. So we hired the external third party to audit. I don't think we released that, but then after we did the bug bounty for it. What is more important to know is that we recently became a Linux Foundation member. Hacken became a Linux Foundation member, and there is a reason for that. Linux Foundation partner, yes, thank you. No, it's member. There is a reason for that. Member yet, in order to become a partner, you have to deserve it. So there is a reason for that, because we are building B2C solutions for individual cybersecurity that we plan to open source, and that we plan to be available for all our first level partners for free. And the plan is to disrupt the market, because currently the subscription for the set of these individual cybersecurity tools is quite expensive, like it's around $60-70 USD, and we want this set to be for free. And we are going to finish our development hopefully this year. So after that, we feel a very big, potential to use our community to spread this amazing news and disrupt the market like massively. The Brave browser that I'm using right now, I think it's already more than 20 million users, and
Right.
I think it's even more. And I don't see any reason why we can't repeat this path.
Very, very cool. I think there's an interesting question here when you're thinking about the levels, you know, from Mauricio here, which is, you know, is there no problem if high gets too expensive? And I mean, I understand you could probably adjust that based on the level that someone's at, but is that going to be kind of an automated mechanism that you guys are building into the smart contract, or like, how does that going to work?
That's a good question. But as of now, we had discussions whether to make the price adjustable or not. We made the decision to adjust it at the level of 10 cents. And the next level when we will adjust will be $1. And then we will see.
So if the price appreciates, there's different kind of gates that it's going through that readjust your services cost. Gotcha.
Yep.
Very cool.
Does that adjust the price of it? So I see that you've got about 5% of your circulating supply out there, about 250 million out of 1 billion tokens. Is that so? Are you talking about actually adjusting the dollar value of the token, and then a user gets more tokens?
No. It's the membership price is denominated in high right now.
I see.
So, for example, for third level membership is 100K high. So when the high will reach $1, we will readjust this.
Got it. Okay.
I love that you guys are, you know, and we talk about it a lot on our side too. It's like reinventing kind of like business models and reinventing who has access to, you know, some of these companies. And, you know, like here in the US, like you can't invest in a startup unless you're an accredited investor and you make, you know, I think it's $200,000 a year for multiple years, or you have $1 million in the bank, which, you know, a lot of people just are not quite frankly there. Like, what do you guys just think, like theoretically or philosophically, about like the way, like the tokenization of everything and the way that all of these companies are kind of reorging, and like you guys are creating this foundation and kind of giving it, like, I think you said creating a DAO. Just, I mean, what do you think about the next 5 years and how this is all going to start to unfold?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. You know, this question is really correlates with the risks, you know, because the digital world who is missing out the crypto growth, it will, you know, put barriers for this new unicorns to be born. But from like once we analyzed, you know, the what is happening and what will be, you know, the next what will be in next 3-5 years, we reached the conclusion that there is no way they will be able to stop the legit projects to grow, and there is no way how they will, you know, prevent people to invest in these legit projects. We think that the regulation, like in terms of preventing people to invest into scam projects, should come not from the governments. In any case, they are too outdated. They don't understand what is legit project or not. So this kind of you know, prevention and protection of individual users had to come from the top crypto aggregators and maybe centralized exchanges, but not but at the first place crypto aggregators. So I personally believe it's that we are slowly moving into it, and crypto aggregators, they understand the responsibility that lies on them, and this is where we want to, you know, to help them to you know, to build the infrastructure in the way that individual retail investors are protected from investing into scam projects. But again, you know, I don't see, again, I don't see any reason what can stop us to build a huge company with the products that are used by millions of users, and to make all our retail investors main stakeholders. I don't see any reason. So this is our goal, and this is what, and we are here for very long, you know, like not 1, 2, 3 years. Hacking is our life, and we love what we do.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. And your mission is actually very similar to why we started LunarCRUSH, is to create transparency for people that, you know, we're coming to the market, but from a social perspective, right? Who has a community, who doesn't, right? You could, you know, pump a bunch of social media for a day or two, but you can't sustain that over a full year without a true, real organic community. And so it's a similar thing as what you guys are doing but from a completely different angle. It's cool to see all of us that were in the industry and now want to kind of take it to the next level, saying, you know, we're going to be the ones that are going to help and decentralize even our organizations, so that truth, it's like, you know, just a never ending truth machine that's kind of pushing through and protecting people. So it's amazing that you guys are focused on that.
Yeah. Your mission is super important, and I think you should I think you should also look into Telegram, because Telegram is full of scam, and you know, in 2017, people were investing in ICOs based on the number of Telegram users in the chats.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's still, you know, the same story. And there are tools how to, you know, how to measure the number of bots. Like in Twitter, there are better tools, but in Telegram, there are also tools. And we tried, you know, to work on this, but you know, it's a little time consuming to make a big, you know, audit of everything, of all Telegram groups. But if you guys can think about it, that will be also super amazing.
All right, John, add it to the roadmap.
Well, it is. I mean, it's something we're looking at. It's just, I mean, there's multiple dimensions of it. Like, you know, how many people are on a specific group or channel? You know, what is the frequency of communication on those groups? And then also, what coins are they talking about on those groups? What are the different terms? And it moves at a different pace than, say, something like Twitter or Reddit, or it's its own thing. It's just chat. It keeps going. And so the shelf life of a post is a lot shorter. And so that's something that, you know, we're looking at. There's definitely something there for sure. But you'll you know, stay tuned.
I think the solution can be you know, to create a LunarCRUSH bot, and to, you know, to mark the tokens who have added and who didn't add the LunarCRUSH bot into the Telegram chat, and then, you know, like to so that adding or not adding impacts the you know, the social score, and then this bot will be able, you know, to gather all the data necessary. And I think the legit projects will love to add this bot. We for sure will be the first to add the bot, and this can be, you know, something that's will like really, you know, help industry to fight with scams.
All right, I think that was the verbal contract. They're going to be the first to add the bot to the Telegram group. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to hold you to that.
Thank you. And so let's kind of just to flip it, like, you know, 2017, obviously, you know, you guys saw everything that was kind of happening there. And it's, you know, in some ways, like we talk about this a lot of, you know, are we at some sort of fever pitch with where everything's at? And, you know, or is this just what it feels like to have 5% of the global population finally paying attention to what's going on? And I mean, what's your guys' kind of perspective on where the market is kind of today with, you know, the projects coming to you, asking to be audited, you know, and the growth there, and like that probably didn't exist back in 2017, right? No one could go and say, hey, go prove that I'm actually legitimate. They just wanted to launch and go out there. So, I mean, what are you guys' kind of thoughts about, you know, where, like maybe the next like year of where we're going to go?
I think there is a very different situation in terms who is behind the projects. So in 2017, mostly there were marketers or some PR guys behind top projects, and they were raising huge number of money, and they were not prepared for it, and they didn't, and the ideas that they were promising to the industry, most of the time they were absolutely rubbish. I'm not saying that we don't have rubbish ideas right now in 2021, but at least the numbers that they raise are much smaller.
Right.
In terms of the comparing the situation, I think also the big difference is that crypto has a derivative market right now, and the price is kind of protected by futures that right now traders can earn money by shorting the positions, and this in fact creates, you know, the pillow that the price cannot immediately drop, and because otherwise these traders will win and the big guys will lose. So I think that we are more protected in this way. And the other thing is that the industry grown up, you know, the leaders of current you know, top 200 projects, they are mature, they understand how to develop their communities, how to develop their business. If they don't understand, they are already out from top 200. So I'm personally quite positive, and I think that if we will see, I have one thing to add. I think that the biggest risk right now for crypto industry lies in NFT. I think that NFT can be a reason of big, you know, disappointment in crypto industry because there is too much speculation on the things that are not necessarily worth what people are paying right now. So this can be, you know, like an element that can put a toxic mark on the crypto again. Hopefully I'm wrong, but
yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I mean, people ask, they're like, "Hey, do you think we're in a Bitcoin bubble right now?" And I'm kind of saying, I don't think we're in a Bitcoin bubble. I think we might be in an NFT bubble, but I don't think we're in a Bitcoin bubble at all. I think that there's never been more strength in that market.
You know what concerns me about NFTs is like the people that are reaching out to us, and personally and through the business, know nothing about crypto at all. And so that's exciting because it's bringing a lot of new people in. At the same time, they don't even like, do they have conviction to hold Ethereum if they're selling something in ETH? Do they know how to sell it? Or do they know how to make a painting and upload it to OpenSea? Do they know how to create a MetaMask wallet? Like all of this stuff is scary because it's a bunch of new people. I'd look at myself, if I was crypto today, that's scary. This is complex. This is really complicated. So I worry a little bit about that. At the same time that these people are making $10,000, $100,000 off of a painting. So yeah, try selling that painting for 200,000 and then resell it for 300,000. What happens if you can't? Yeah, it's gonna be a rough next few months.
Yeah, just remind everyone listening, this is not financial advice. These are just our opinions on crazy digital internet drawings. I want to just, I know we're kind of coming up on time. I do want to hear a little bit. I mean, at the beginning, you talked about the Ukraine and, with Ukraine having the blockchain developers, and it seems like there's a lot of, I've talked to other folks that are saying, there's great like data science that's going on there. Why do you think that is, and is the government kind of helping kind of bolster innovation and giving incentives, or why is there so much innovation going on there?
I think it's the opposite, because the government does not, has their own business to do. Yeah. I think it's Ukrainian people, they always had potential. Ukraine was the brains of Soviet Union, and 90s and zeros in Ukraine, they were quite bad. I remember when I was a kid, in 90s, that was quite a bad time, and because of that, a lot of people my age, they have a lot of, energy to prove, energy to build, to create. And current generation in our country, in neighboring countries as well, like Romania, Elrond, pretty amazing project. We have a lot of, energy to search for opportunities and to, to prove with our skills. So this is the main reason, I think. And people are hungry here, and people are innovative. Yes, Vadim.
And lots of hard worker here.
Yeah. 9 p.m. we are at work as usual.
9 p.m. we are at work and with you guys.
Amazing.
You've got an exciting project to be working on, and I'm sure regardless of where you guys were in the world, you'd be successful in what you're working on here. So I just want to say congrats to all your success thus far. It's going to be fun for us to kind of watch your community grow, and hopefully there's some way for us to work on some stuff in the future here. What do you guys want to leave everyone with? Where can they find you? How do they get involved? If they're a developer looking to work with you guys, just how do people get involved with what you're working on?
The best way is to approach us through the website, hacken.io. If you're interested in Hacken token, the best way is to follow our Twitter and join us in Telegram chat. So this is the best.
Guys, you can also subscribe to Don Amara's Twitter, and we are working with
Don Amara?
very close.
He's keeping us all distracted over here while he's hacking my phone right now.
Yeah, he's hacking your phone. Yeah. but he's from the white side, so he's not.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
follow
Don
Amara's
Twitter.
Well. Yep. Join our Telegram group, HAPI. You may find me there as an admin, and just ping me up, DM me, and I don't sleep at all. So anytime I am here, and I will serve you, no problem.
Cool. Well, Vadim, Dima, thank you guys so much for joining. This has been awesome.
Thank you for having us.
We'll chat with you backstage, and thank you everyone for listening today. This will be we'll upload everything as a podcast as well to Apple, Google, Anchor, you name it, and it's live now on YouTube and on Periscope. So we'll talk to you all soon.